In Eastern medicine, this invisible energy is called qi, and you can think of qi quite literally as the engine of your body. It has very specific mechanical jobs to do. It acts as a pump to move your blood around. It acts as a seal to keep your bodily fluids inside. And it even acts as a lifting force to keep your internal organs exactly where they're supposed to be. When this engine, your qi, acts up, we experience some very specific, highly relatable symptoms.
I worked as a banker for 30 years, but now I work as an acupuncturist.
All right, let's jump right into this totally fascinating look at how Eastern medicine views the human body. Unlike Western approaches that tend to treat the body as a collection of separate physical parts, Eastern medicine sees the whole thing as a highly connected system, one that's powered by an invisible engine. In today's explainer, we're going to figure out how this engine works, and more importantly, what actually happens when it breaks down.
To get started, I want you to ask yourself something. Have you ever wondered why you might just break into a sweat while sitting on the couch doing absolutely nothing? Or maybe why you wake up to find you've been drooling in your sleep? You probably just write those off as random, weird quirks of your body, right? Well, they're not. They are actually super clear, direct signs from your body that your internal engine is malfunctioning.
In Eastern medicine, this invisible energy is called qi, and you can think of qi quite literally as the engine of your body. It has very specific mechanical jobs to do. It acts as a pump to move your blood around. It acts as a seal to keep your bodily fluids inside. And it even acts as a lifting force to keep your internal organs exactly where they're supposed to be. When this engine, your qi, acts up, we experience some very specific, highly relatable symptoms.
So we're going to look at the 4 specific mechanical ways this invisible engine can fail today: running low, sinking, traffic jams, and firing in reverse.
Let's start with malfunction number 1, running low. This is what happens when your engine simply lacks power. This first failure brilliantly illustrates one of the main jobs of your energy, which is pushing. Normally, your energy has strong pushing power. It pushes blood all the way to the surface of your skin, giving you that healthy rosy color, and it creates a nice strong pulse. But watch what happens when you have weak pushing power. When your energy runs low, that ability to push blood through your body just completely drops. And the result? Your skin loses its redness, it becomes pale, and your pulse gets noticeably weak. The pump just doesn't have the juice anymore.
Beyond just a pale face and a weak pulse, this overall lack of power shows up in your day-to-day life too. You're going to feel a deep, lingering sense of fatigue and weakness. Because your body's defenses are also powered by this exact same engine, your resistance drops, meaning you'll catch colds super easily. You might even experience shortness of breath or find yourself mumbling with a weak voice, simply because you literally lack the fundamental energy to push air out and speak clearly.
But here is the really fascinating part. Energy doesn't just push, it also holds. Normal energy holds your bodily fluids inside where they belong. But when your engine is running low, that holding power gets weak. It literally loses its grip. And this perfectly answers our question from earlier. When the holding power fails, fluids just leak out. This causes you to experience unprovoked sweating even when you're completely relaxed. And it's the exact reason why you might drool in your sleep.
Moving right along to malfunction number 2, sinking. This is when your engine loses its upward lift.
Think about gravity for a second. It's pulling down on everything on Earth all day long, and your internal organs are certainly no exception. Just like an airplane needs a constant upward force of lift to stay in the sky, your body's energy is literally supposed to defy gravity. It provides a constant upward lift to hold your stomach, your blood, and your fluids firmly up in their proper places.
So, what do you think happens when that lifting force fails? Things quite literally drop. Without that upward energy, your organs can sink down, resulting in conditions like a dropped stomach, which is medically known as gastroptosis, or other types of organ prolapse. And because things aren't being held up properly in the lower half of your body, you can also suffer from continuous diarrhea, or find yourself running to the bathroom to pee way too often. Everything is just sinking downward.
All right, that brings us to malfunction number 3, the traffic jam, when energy gets stuck.
The crucial thing to understand about this third malfunction is that the energy isn't necessarily low and it isn't sinking. The energy is definitely there, it's just completely gridlocked. Here's exactly how it feels step by step. First, the energy stops moving, usually right in the middle of your belly. Next, because the energy is stuck, pressure builds up, causing your belly to bloat and hurt.
And third, this is the classic hallmark of a traffic jam. The pain doesn't stay in one spot. It changes intensity, getting stronger and weaker, and it actually moves around your abdomen as the trapped energy frantically tries to find a way out. I absolutely love this little detail because it perfectly demystifies a very normal bodily function. When you have that bloated stomach from an energy traffic jam, all that pressure has to go somewhere, right? So, when that trapped block of energy suddenly finds an escape route and shoots upwards, you burp. And when the traffic jam clears by moving downwards, you pass gas. It's really just simple plumbing, clearing out the gridlock.
And finally, we have malfunction number 4, in reverse. This is when your energy fires the completely wrong way.
This one is arguably the most disruptive. A healthy engine is smooth and predictable, with a very calm, grounding, downward motion that keeps you feeling settled. But when it's stuck in reverse, that energy violently and suddenly rushes upwards. It surges like a tidal wave right into your upper body, totally flooding your chest and your head with way too much pressure.
Because all of that energy is rushing up into your head and chest, it creates a ton of heat and pressure where it absolutely doesn't belong. Mentally, this upward rush is going to make you feel irritable, easily frustrated, or overly anxious. Physically, the pressure in your head leads to sudden headaches and dizziness. And because the energy is aggressively pushing up against your lungs, it causes respiratory anomalies. You might have coughing fits, sneezing, or even deal with asthma and severe breathing issues, literally all because the energy is pushing up when it should be flowing down.
Okay, conclusion time. Listening to your body.
We've just translated some very ancient, complex Eastern medicine concepts into 4 clear mechanical failures. Let's recap real quick. We have running low, where you lack the power to push blood and hold fluids; sinking, where you lose that upward lift; the traffic jam, where flow is blocked, causing moving pain; and in reverse, where energy violently surges upward. By simply looking at your body as an invisible engine, all those random daily symptoms actually form a highly logical picture of your health.
So I want to leave you with a question to really think about today. Consider your own little daily quirks, your energy levels, your digestion, your mood. If you had to diagnose yourself right now using this simple framework, what is your invisible engine trying to tell you? Do you have a painful energy traffic jam, or is your engine just running a little low on gas? Pay attention and listen to your body. It is definitely speaking to you.
I worked as a banker for 30 years, but now I work as an